Jake Monarch, like I said, is are the elitist families um, that have initiated the mind control against the masses. That's where a lot of the beginnings came from, because like I said, it passed from the Rothschilds and the Catholic Church. Back when the Catholic Church opened up its sovereign its sovereignty to the Rothschilds to operate their banking systems from behind their sovereign walls. And like I said, if you think about, because they say in the final times, in the end times, and in any final catastrophe, apocalyptic event, things like that, the Catholic Church is supposed to basically rise up and lead the masses, because they will confirm that it's the end times, and that it's imminent, apocalyptic events, possible rapture, things like that, and the Catholic Church is supposed to rise up and bring comfort to the world. But the Catholic Church, like I said, has become one of the most corrupted institutions the world has ever known. It may not be at this time, you know what I mean? But like I said, they may have taken step backs and passed it off to others, stuff like that. But it was there. Like I said, you saw it with the child molestation that was just rampant in the Catholic Church. That was one of the things that they were using in order to conflict and hold something over the heads of these individuals. But they screwed it up in many ways, because when you have somebody that's around children all the time, and then you make them celibate, you force them to be celibate, they're around children all the time. People like them that choose this following have something within them that needs to be identified. It already is. I understand it completely, but they have something within them that is nurturing, and that is it draws them to youthfulness in a caring and compassionate way. But this, like I said, doubled with the process and the system that is in place, it completely skews, and like I said, it naturally, they did it by making them celibate, by making them live celibate lives, not allowing them to get married, things like that, and to experience all the things that other human beings, living beings, did. Those within their the church that they were responsible for, things like that. So, unfortunately, that opens the doorways to many situations and circumstances. And like I said, coupled with the actual suggestion and being led of mind, they literally can lead you of mind. They will make you act impulsively, to say the very least. They can make you do all kinds of things that you would never do normally. If you find yourself doing something completely out of the ordinary and kind of make an excuse for it and accepting it for what it is, probably wasn't you for the most part. You probably had a little suggestion and a lot of help getting there in your mind. But once you cross that boundary, it's your gloves are off. And like I said, that's how I turned it into the criminal side of me for the most part. I started stealing. Started being super impulsive. I lost most of my fear. Once you lose that fear of prison, fear of authority, fear of getting hurt, you got to come to an understanding real quick, or your life's going to take off in all kinds of different directions, like real fast, and everything you will do is going to be geared towards that, and you're not going to make it very far. You have to save that for things that are vitally important, like protecting your family, protecting others. There's plenty of things going on in this world, and everybody's going to get a chance to experience something, like I said, and unfortunately. But the more that we go out and try to live lives according to this, according to what we've been led, or accept, in certain ways and things like that. Now all they do, they're kind of like in finishing mode. like I said, and it's a work in progress all the time. I mean, at first it was kind of individualized, but yet it was blanketed, because then you had at first it went through entire populations, regions, areas. They would just whatever they were putting out there through the radio frequency. Everybody was kind of like on the same vibe. That's why people got all weird with in the 80s, wearing double socks and loud ass colors and spandex and fluorescent colors and biker shorts, and that's where all that comes from. Everybody's kind of on the same vibe, and then everybody suggestively like sees and okay, yeah, cool. And then that was kind of, it was like a low, kind of like a just a low level of distracting people, and they use psychology, like I said, and it's really complex, and for people to understand. But this is legitimate. It's true. It's how it happens. Then they once cell phones came out, like I said, then it went to individuals. Now when cellular technology came out, they had the ability to basically zero in on people individually, whoever had a cell phone. Then they started pushing. That's why the cell phone boom took off, and as soon as cell phones came out, and that technology was brought to an affordable level for most, and then all pretty much, then it just, the phones were built with all this technology built in so that they can access you completely, through the setup in your phone and the apps, things like that. They can just turn those apps on in reverse. That's why you always get those messages. Is it okay to access this, that, or the other? And then people just yeah, go ahead. That's literally where all that was born out of. Then you had the Patriot Act, things like that. It just opened up the doors to everything of surveil, of being monitored and surveilled. I'm sure it was it had there was a lot of I don't know. I'll take a step back, but then we had the like the Obama phone. Let's put a phone in everybody's hand, especially the poor people, those of poverty, the poverty level. Why? Because they're killing us. Like I said, everybody that has an Obama phone that they can get rid of, straight up, that's what they're going to do. Why? Because we're pulling down, EBT, food assistance. We're pulling down insurance because we can't afford our own insurance. So every time we go to the doctor, go to the hospital, things like that. Can you imagine? Everybody that they can take out that's getting some sort of government assistance, all that money goes back into the government, basically back into the system, things like that. And so now when it gets unbalanced, and there's more individuals getting unemployment, getting going to insurance, insurance, things like that, getting EBT, all that stuff. Then they're going to start getting, we're going to start getting pressure from all the other nations that have to basically help us, because it's an illusion pretty much. The infrastructure, the money, all that stuff, it's a freaking illusion. The banking systems, they can't support it. There's nothing to back it up with, for many. What's happening is we're getting forced to eliminate a lot of, as many as we can, the way they've explained it, the parasitics, it's eugenics basically, just get rid of the parasites that are sucking the system dry. But at the same time, they're doing it technologically, and basically what they do is they just inundate the shit out of you, get your mind governed to a point of crisis. They literally run your mind ragged. Your mind is reeling all the time. You don't even know it. You stop realizing it, because it's just, they speed it up a little here and there, and then it's just so in slow increments and amounts that you don't even realize anymore. Pretty much, you just realize one day you wake up and you're like, damn, I'm tired. My body's just taxed. I don't know why. I don't have no interest anymore. That's where people start contemplating suicide. That's where you have mental issues, mental health issues. People, like I said, depression, anxiety, things like that. Your body's getting taxed. Your body's getting worked. Your body's in just like I'm ready to give up. But and then they go into people's heads and they're just taking off on them, including children. They have stated more times, that's all I hear all day long now, how my child is being inundated and affected, both of them, pointedly and purposely. And they say, I don't give a fuck. Fuck your child is this, that, and the other. And they have said the most disgusting and egregious things. And they have talked about everyone's children, because they threatened the lives of everyone in the United States and everybody in the world. They said, if I do not kill myself, and to prove that I am who I am, as an offering to the world, then everybody's going to die in the apocalypse. What I say is, Not happening, because like I said, they got to bust a move. And whenever they do that, like I said, they're going to show exactly who they are. They're going to show exactly how they're doing it. And like I said, it's going to be, it's going to be, a lot of people are probably going to be affected, to say the very least. But like I said, don't give up hope. Like I said, it's all in knowledge and power. Take down those towers. Stop the cross current. If it go black, I mean, all the communities, everybody that you can, rip them down things off your, disable these, take down those satellites, take them down, smash them up, so they're not working anymore, because a lot of them will accept energy even though they're off the side of the house, just because it's not connected. If that wire is connected into your house, they can pulse energy like that. Go up there and cut that fucking wire, pull that dish right off the thing and dump it in the driveway. Or take it far away from your house, go dump it in the middle of the desert somewhere. Like I said, if especially if things start going crazy, unplug all your routers, go black in your homes. Turn off all the electricity. You don't want any free-flowing electricity going around, because you don't want that matrix buzzing around your house. So shut down all the electricity in your house. Take the satellite dish off your thing. Take all the routers out of your house. Take all the cell phones, put them outside. Like I said, turn them off and put them outside. You can do, just anything you can do to get that energy to get lower and lower and lower. It may not be enough, but it'll help. And then if everybody starts doing it, you're going to throw off the whole system, and that you're going to throw off the whole algorithm, because it's predicated on everything staying on and everything going as planned. But when people start tuning in and becoming aware, and we start ditching and ducking the processes that they got systems in place, like I said, they're killing us on purpose. They're literally it's a systematic process. So I mean, just to throw that off and to make it hell for them, if you want to kill us unbeknownst to us, then all we have to do, like I said, it's simple. We don't even have to react. We don't even have to everybody's thinking they're trying to set up the overthrowing of the United States government. That's literal. They don't want us here anymore, and they're trying to overthrow the United States government from outside forces, other countries, and they're trying to force the government out, and they're trying to basically force us into enslavement. They say that the New World Order has already taken over, that the United States is no longer, and that the government is no longer in control of the United States. And that is, I think that is, there's a lot of truth to that. They're just puppets, in many ways. Like I said, until they prove otherwise. I mean, in certain ways, they're doing certain things to put a message out there. But children are being affected. So are many others. And like I said, all we have to do as citizens, the reason why nobody's come in here yet is because we are an armed society. And like I said, be ready to pick up your weapons. That's all we can do. Like I said, go black, just shut everything down. Rip them fucking satellites off your houses. Don't give them anything. You know what I mean? Don't put up their equipment that they use to take people out. Start reducing. Start taking a step back. You know what I mean? Start demanding from the government, said that they dismantle all these Gwen towers and microwave technology in cities and towns. We don't need microwaves just beaming all the way across. Microwaves equal literally what the literal word, microwaves. They're going to cook the shit out of our brains, one day, and our children's. Our children, I mean, if it's not evident enough already, children are struggling. They're having all kinds of learning disabilities, things like that, autism, and all these things are running rampant. And like they said, they're laughing. They're saying, yeah, you think you're going to pull it off? It doesn't matter. We'll rain down everything from satellites. All this stuff. No, it doesn't. Satellites all they can do is make a mess. But like I said, the only way really to that's just toxic, just like a toxic holocaust. That's ridiculous. That's just like raining down gamma rays and things like that, radioactive particles and stuff like that, and energy just bouncing off of it's like bouncing rays or frequencies off a mirror or something, like a light bouncing off a mirror. But like I said, just take down the actual instruments of propagation and directability, which is like any subscription source, satellite TV, a router, Wi-Fi in your home. Like if you got a Wi-Fi router in your home, that thing is bumping. I mean, you can literally feel the resonance just like zooming through your air if they light your house up. A cell phone as well. You can literally see the energy just buzzing on the floor. Look at your carpet one day. If you start feeling like a little nervous energy or the energy changes in the room, look at the carpet. It looks like little bugs like running around in the carpet, or like your carpet just pixelated, and then you'll rub your eyes like, am I seeing shit? Like, no, that's literally the energy just buzzing in your carpet. And what they can do, literally, if you're walking around like with your shoes or with no shoes, you know, I mean, you're walking in a freaking static dust cloud, and all they have to do is just direct pulse it, bam, and that whole thing just shocks, and just you're just like, you accept all this energy, and basically it's like a cold chill that just that continues to raise within your body, and it does it for a few minutes up to like an hour. This you get this cold chill that just continues to grow, and it's like ice running through your veins, and you're in medical trouble right there. Anything can happen. You can have a stroke. You can have a heart attack. You're literally on your way to having a heart attack, and that's what that energy does. I've had it. You know, they've done it to me quite a few times. I can't sit in metal chairs anymore because they just you're. I hate to say it this way, but your anal cavity, your actual anus, is a high receptor of energy, and they literally just. I hate to say it, but they just shove that energy right up your freaking. You know what I mean? That's how they do it. And if you're sitting on a chair, and you know all you have to do is sit down on a chair that's got metal legs, and yeah, you're gonna have if they want to, they're gonna take that energy and cram it right up your freaking back door, and it's not pleasant. Like I said, it's not. It's not. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say. It will. You know, it lights you up. It lets you know, and you're gonna jump and you're gonna get scared, and it's gonna light your body up. And like I said, shortly after that, you'll start feeling the energy growing within you, and it's dangerous. Like I said, it's all you can do not to freak out or to let it affect you, but that's all you can do. It's to try to calm yourself. But once that energy starts growing, it gets to a point where sometimes, depending on what kind they hit you with, if they hit you with a certain one, all the energy within the house, all the Wi-Fi, everything will start coming your way, and you will feel it just surrounding you. It starts like squeezing the air right out of you, and you can feel your energy levels raising and raising and raising, and your hands start zinging, your fingertips, and every time you move, the fillings in your teeth start throbbing. You can feel the energy pulsing. Your temples will shiver and hurt. Your solar plexus will keep it'll keep spazzing out every once in a while. You'll just feel the energy buzzing up through your feet. And then there's ones where you just get hit instantly, and that's the one that just it's like somebody slams you right in the solar plexus, and all your energy just like all that energy just like goes to your stomach. It feels like you swallowed it, and it just goes down to the pit of your stomach. And then, like I said, even that one it'll start growing, and then you're gonna feel like you're gonna have a heart attack. Then and some other ones they'll just pulse you with it, and you'll feel different areas of your sphincters spazzing out, because your sphincters are muscles, so they spaz your sphincters, and then what they're doing is manipulating your oxygen levels, your blood flow, all that, and it's gnarly. But this phone's gonna die, so I'm gonna end with that. But I'll make a video after a while, and put as much more information as I can out there. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful afternoon. Just like I said, keep this all in mind. This is happening, and that is about all we can do. But like I said, it should be enough. All we can do is to throw off the system and the process, so that they have to find another way to do it. You know, don't let them kill you. You know, don't make it easy. Don't throw your hands up, and don't just surrender and say, you know what, there's nothing we can do about it, because there is. Like I said, that's the only way we can fight back, and that's the right thing to do. Don't introduce these things these freaking things that that bring this energy right to your face. You know what I mean? Same thing with cell phones, things like that. I struggle with it, things like that. But you know what I mean? Like I said, these things got to go, or they have to acknowledge this energy, and because they can control it, and there are people living completely free of it, almost, but only a few. There are not many at all. Like I said, if you have to think about it, it is not you. I can promise you that. If this is news to you, or you think I'm a conspiracy theorist, oh yeah, this guy's full of shit, I can assure you right now, you are heavily governed and limited of mind. I hate to say that, but that is the truth. If you struggle with just accepting what I'm saying, or to not make a connection in any way, shape, or form, take my word for it. That's what it's going to come down to in the end, where they're putting people that are criminals, people that are supposed to be insane, mentally affected, things like that. They're giving them the knowledge, because that's how we process anyway, and we were selected and got these mental conditions for a reason, because our brains were too fast for them. So they went hard on governing us down. But like I said, I found a way to escape the parameters that they were trying to put me in with before I went insane, and before I was killed off. But like I said, most people do not make it out once they're as affected as I am, or others. Like I said, and people that are aware, like myself, we are very aware, and we deal with it in different ways. But like I said, this is how I do it, because I'm going to bring the information, the truth to everyone, so that they can recognize it. And in the end, that this awareness and is the only thing that's going to is going to bring change or some sort of effect. And like I said, they're calling on my life, saying that they're going to kill me because of things that I just said. Like I said, because I said this awareness, and they just took off with that because. Like I said, I just claimed it, but like they're listening to me this whole time. But all of a sudden, they look for these little things and just to go maniacal, like I said. And then they say, "Well, you just screwed up because now we're gonna fuck with your family, we're gonna harm your child, things like that." And like I said, and that you might as well consider that everyone, because it's already happening, probably unbeknownst to you or otherwise, but it is already happening. So like I said, this is all we can do to help ourselves and our fellow man, those around us. So, spread this awareness to everyone. This is real. This is happening. Everything I said right here is, I can almost assure you 100%. I'd say 98%, 95%. Everything I said here is true and correct and will be proven or can be checked out and fact checked and things like that, and it will check out. All right, so I'm going to end with that. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.